106 degrees the temperature outside as you take a look at the Mandalay Bay, home of UFC 74 Respect. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the show. This is Before the Bell. My name is JT McCarthy, joined alongside a guy who doesn't really look like Randy Couture, but if you're going to get someone to fill in for the natural, it might as well be a guy that's been around his training 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Joey Vegas, welcome back to the show.
It's great to be here.
We're going to run down everything for you. Loretta Hunt will talk the champions and challengers of all your main events, Randy the Natural Couture, George St. Pierre, and of course Josh Koscheck. And we will run down the natural picks with the man himself, letting you know who he thinks will come out on top for UFC 74. But first, let's take a look at it. Your main event of the evening, the natural Randy Couture taking on Gabriel Gonzaga. Will Father Time catch up to Randy the Natural Couture? Let's ask the guy who's been in the gym with him training 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Joey Vegas, how is Randy Couture looking?
Phenomenal. He's looking phenomenal for a 44-year-old, for a 34-year-old, for a 24-year-old. The guy is a complete stud. He doesn't stop working.
And Gabriel Gonzaga, this guy is a monster on the map, and then he showcased a lot of heavy stand-up skills. Just ask Mirko Krokop about the right leg of Gabriel Gonzaga. Is that something Randy's going to have to look out for?
You know, I don't think that's going to be as big a factor in this fight because of the takedown issue. Putting those high kicks up there leaves yourself open for a takedown that Randy Couture will definitely capitalize on.
How does Randy ground and neutralize Gabriel Gonzaga?
Puts him on his back and does what he does best, you know, avoid the submission, ground and pound. Randy in the past has had trouble with bigger guys such as Rico Rodriguez and Josh Barnett. So when he gets on top, he wants to stay on top and not get reversed. Now, in this training camp, he brought in Mario Spiri, so you know his ground game is going to be on point. He also brought in Vanderlei Silva, and I think the best striking coach in MMA today, Sean Tompkins. So he's a threat wherever this fight goes.
When we come back, we will take a closer look at your co-main event for UFC 74 Respect. Josh Koscheck taking on George Rush St. Pierre. Will the prodigal son return? George Rush St. Pierre coming off a devastating defeat, a knockout loss on Matt Serra. New champion, not George St. Pierre, but he's trying to get back into his winning ways. But first, he has to go through Josh Koscheck. How do you see this fight breaking down?
Tough fight. Kosh is definitely one of the best athletes in all of mixed martial arts today and a phenomenal wrestler. But now let's take a look at St. Pierre's history with wrestlers. He ran through Frank Trigg, he ran through Sean Shirk, and in the rematch, he ran through Matt Hughes as well. So he's had success when it comes to dealing with tough wrestlers. And
in terms of boxing, Josh Koscheck saying a lot in the pre-fights that he plans on knocking George St. Pierre out. How do you see that playing?
Koscheck has come a long way with his hands, but you know, he is a wrestler. Stick to your bread and butter. Just because Sarah caught George doesn't mean that he's going to get caught every time. In fact, I don't think it's going to happen again. You know, they say the true test of a champion is how he handles adversity and how he comes back from a loss. And I think we're going to see the best George St. Pierre we've ever seen.